Tonight, we're hearing from a Jacksonville man who was shot at by a police officer last night, an officer who investigators say thought at first the man had a weapon. Brian Dennison, whose little girl was with him at the time last night, tells News 4 Jax when he heard the gun go off, he couldn't help but think that either he or his daughter had been hit. He ultimately was arrested on a charge of knowingly driving while a license was suspended, canceled, or revoked. He appeared in court today, posted bond, and was released. Dennison spoke tonight to Channel 4's Francesca Amaker, who's joining us live. Fran?
Well, Tom, Dennison actually was released by this Duval County jail just a couple of hours ago, and both Dennison and the officers agree that he was roughly half a mile away from his destination, he was half a mile away from his destination. He was at an ATM when the officer told him to stop, and he tells me that he was just trying to help his little girl.
Last night was very scary, man. I had my daughter in the car with me coming home from basketball court, and she was having an asthma attack at the time, and I was trying to rush her back to the house.
Brian Dennison describes Monday night as a nightmare. He says he was dropping his daughter off at her home at the Plantation Apartments when a simple asthma attack turned severe and got JSO's attention.
As I'm rushing back to the house, cops came behind me, and they actually, they was trying to pull me over. I waved the cop down to tell him to just hold on. When I got out the car, cops still proceeded to come towards me. As I had my hands up, I was explaining to him the situation with my daughter, and he took a shot at me while my daughter was in my hands.
According to JSO, Officer J.C. Garcia followed Dennison and noticed an expired license plate. When the officer turned on his lights, he says Dennison did not stop and continued to the nearby apartments. Finally, when Dennison got out of the car to get his daughter, the officer thought Dennison had a small handgun, so he fired.
And at that moment in time, right then and there, I thought I was shot or she was shot.
JSO also says the daughter was not in his arms at the time. The cop then put down his gun and told Dennison he could go upstairs and get his daughter's inhaler. But Dennison says Garcia's actions had already traumatized his 6-year-old.
You don't want your child to ever be in no type of situation like that. She's only 6 years old. So for her to be scared and for her father to show, fearfulness and hindsight, I'm her protector. So for me to be scared and her to be scared, it wasn't a good sight for her.
And police say Dennison ended up being arrested on a charge of knowingly driving with a license that was suspended, canceled, or revoked. There was also some outstanding warrants, but he was not arrested on anything relating to Monday night shooting. For now, reporting live at JSO, Francesca Amaker, Channel 4, the local station.
Francesca, what have you been able to find out about Officer Garcia? How long has he been with the sheriff's office?
Well, he's been with the sheriff's office for about 5 years now, and we're told that he'll still be on the streets paroling as an officer, but this is under investigation, and the Response and Resistance Review Board will be investigating this matter, and this entire matter will be seen by a panel with JSO. Tom?
Thank you, Francesca. Francesca Amaker reporting to us live tonight.